Hey, this is Zero at ReviewZoneHD, and I'd assume that most of you guys that watched the couple playthrough runs I did of the first two stages on the game probably already knew what kind of review this game was going to get. But for everybody else, we'll go ahead and get into it. For my Voltron review, I didn't do the cutscenes, those nifty little editing scenes that I do and all that stuff, because I was just feeling kind of lazy. For this review, I'm not using them because there's just not enough content in this game for me to even evaluate it as I normally would do with other titles. This game just isn't very good. The menu shows only 13 different types of enemies, but after doing some research without finding too much information on this game or any reviews, according to IGN it contains 26 enemies. I don't know which one is correct, but I do know it felt like I was killing lizards and monkeys for the first couple hours of the game. So unless you really have a hatred for lizards and monkeys, you're probably going to get bored with this game pretty quickly. It got to the point that I just couldn't bring myself to continue playing it to find out if anything in this game improves or changes, but I will fill you guys in on what I experienced with my time in the game. You have two characters to choose from. They have very little options in the form of customizing, and while you can upgrade the weapons a couple times, the whole mechanics behind all of it is pretty flimsy and gimmicky. Now, the two characters, they do vary quite a bit. One uses a gun, one uses magic, and one of the more unique features in this game of capturing enemies instead of killing them just really isn't that interesting after you've done it for the zillionth time. Pretty much the majority of the stages that I played through in my first couple hours, they all look the same. There's absolutely no story in this game whatsoever. You're basically told to just go kill and capture stuff and send on your way. The voice acting is pretty bad, to put it nicely, and the actual dialogue between the two characters is even worse. The controls are rather awkward at first, but eventually you do get used to them, but the camera is locked on the game, so there's no way to rotate or zoom in and out or adjust it in any way as far as I can tell from looking at the control screen, and sometimes it's difficult to see if it zooms out, so it makes the characters and stuff, because of all the environmental obstacles, it can make it kind of difficult to see where you're at or where some of the enemies are, and sometimes your view gets obstructed by stuff in the stage as well. If you're looking for another game similar to this that is actually a decent game, Kill Team, the Warhammer game, is a much better game, but it does not feature online co-op. It's local only. This game does feature online co-op, and is the only reason I could really recommend or see anyone wanting to go pick this up. So maybe you can play with a friend on the weekend or something and just run through a game or two. But I personally didn't find a whole lot that I enjoyed about this game. I know this was a pretty short and to the point review, but again, there's really just not enough content in this game for me to evaluate as if it was a normal review. Anyways, this is Zero at ReviewZoneHD, and I'll be bringing you guys more soon.